Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, as I said in the last video, mudguard. So, literally, you've obviously watched the last video. Well, it depends when I get this one out. You've obviously watched that yesterday or the day before, whatever, whenever I put it out, because it's actually there. Loading. Literally just finished editing that, so that's sat there loading. While I'm waiting for that, it's getting late. It's Sunday night. It's about 7 o'clock. What I am going to do is get underway with the mudguard and probably finish it tomorrow, but obviously you'll see it as one video. So before it gets too late, I'm going to do some cutting, and I plan to get up early in the morning to do all the shaping on this. So I'm going to get the noisy bit out of the way now, get up early because I've got Gertrude coming back tomorrow, so I'm going to get this job done before he arrives tomorrow, sort of early afternoon. So as I said, this, I'm not happy with that. So what I'm going to do is cut a piece of paper as a template so we can get the radius and get that cut first. Right, so what we want to do here is just draw a circle and get that cut out. So I need to get a rule for the halfway mark on that. Here we go. There. That's the pointy end, that bit. Right, cut that out, and that'll give us a perfect radius for the mudguard. I'll do it. Right, not sure if you'll be able to see how wonky this is now, whether it'll highlight it. So if I put that right up, let's get that straight first, eh? As you can see that, how much more material's over this side. The line will probably be a little bit rough. I can dress it up when we come to cut it. That's quite hard to hold. So we've got a spare hand. Oh, come on. That'll do. I'll say it's not the best line, but I can cut round that. I'll keep this piece of paper for when I'm trimming with the grinder to get it bang on. That's about there. Yeah. Tell you what. I'm going to straddle the bike. So I'm looking directly down on it. See, I haven't got my line perfect. Now I'm looking directly down on it, which is actually making the mudguard look even worse. Let's do a new line. Oh, it ain't that bad. That'll do us. That'll do. There we go. That's that. I'll say I have no clue if you can see what I'm seeing. You know what these GoPros are like. But we've definitely got misshape going on here. In this area here. I'll say my eye keeps drawing to it. It's bugging me, so it's got to be sorted out. I'm guessing some of you are probably thinking, well, some round bar around there so the ridge goes back in. Yeah, I'll get that. That could be done. That's, you know, each to their own and everything. But I think I prefer to do a nice rolled edge so it matches what we've done with the chain run, the bit that we cut out for the chain. So that's, obviously you should remember that. So I sort of want to repeat that process up here. And I think it'll keep it really nice and neat and clean lines rather than this sort of beat up ridge that we've got on there at the moment. But yeah, before it gets too late, so it's knocking on a bit on Sunday night, I'm going to get the noisy bit out of the way, get that cut. I'm probably going to call it a day for today, but obviously a few seconds later it'll be morning and we'll get the shaping done. Okay, now I've got the mudguard off. I've done the little pilot holes for the actual mounting bracket. I'm going to change the radius slightly. Now I can see it sort of off the bike. I think it'll look better with a bit more of a radius on there. I think that'll flow a little bit better. So, smaller circle. Cut that out. Let's show you what I mean. So as you can see how that red one, how the red mark goes, I think that will give us a much nicer shape, like so, than, well, the original shape and the first line that we've done. I think that's going to look a lot better like that. So I'll get that marked out and then we'll cut it out. There we are. So we're going with this one here. I think that be a much better shape for the end of the mudguard. Right, get this cut out, so it's getting late. Get the noise out of the way. Oh no, I think I'll turn that on, wouldn't it? Oh, let's try again. There we go. That's that cut. Sorted. Okay, that's my day done. Get bikes in, close the doors, have a sleep. I'll be gone for a few hours and I'll be back with you in a few seconds. and moving forward to the following morning. And I didn't get up as early as I wanted to. I must have needed some sleep. Anyway, mudguard. Obviously, most important job, morning tea. In my tea stain cup. Tastes better. I ain't thinking straight just yet. Not that I think straight anyway. Okay, end of this. So, yes, we got the holes popped in there, which I'm going to put some fixings in. We'll have a look at that when I've done the end of this. So yeah, when I find my special ground down pliers and I've had my tea, we'll start shaping the end of that up. I've just got to do the rolled edges on the inside. These, I've got to knock them back a little bit. So obviously the bit that we're doing folds down to it. So I'll drink my tea, find my special ground down pliers, and we'll get on with it. They're outside. Collecting a bit more rust on them. Anyway, so we'll start the forming first, and then, like I say, we've got to knock these bits back a bit. Sort of take them halfway in there, I think, and just take that off. Then we can close them off, sort of thing. As we roll this bit round, we'll be closing them off, and then we'll weld the joins up. And then after that, we've got to put some fixings on these, open the holes up. And I've got some fixings, they're like little M6 nuts, but you can sort of rivet them on. I'm sure there's a machine to do it, but I haven't got one, so we'll put them on with an hammer, which is easy enough. Right, to begin with, we need to give us a guideline. This is where you slice your finger wide open, or just make sure you've took all the sharp burrs off. Might as well start in the middle, I think. So up to the line, a little tweak. If you have a go at this, just start by barely moving it, just so you can start seeing a crease appear. It's basically you're trying to move the metal where it doesn't want to go, and also you're fighting this curve a little bit as well. So as you go along, it's going to try and sort of splay out in front of you. So just tiny bits at a time, till the metal gives up and you win the argument with it and it starts doing what you want it to do. Let's see, we'll just go to there for now. Same coming back up, look, it tries to crease in front here. So if you start going too much at the same time, you'll have a problem trying to get it back. Again, these sort of things, you can, use this idea on anything. What's this? God, what's that, about 1 mil? Just over, thereabouts. It's about your limit, doing it like this with pliers. but obviously doing this puts a lot of strength into it. Obviously, the better you get this bit, the less dressing up there's going to be. So it's starting to go. You'll see it's wobbly in places. You should look at them places and just go back to them and bring them in, and just keep an eye on that as well. If you wanted to have a go at this, you just practice on a scrap piece, draw a line and have a practice. Like I say, it can be used on anything. Little number boards for your calf racer, rolling the edges on stuff like that. Anything. It's going. And don't be tempted to heat it up, because it will go everywhere. Basically, you'll wreck it. It's going. Have a quick check over there, so I can see a crease there. We'll just get that bit before that gets out of hand. Whoo, it's going. When we get so far over, we'll just be able to dress a bit with the hammer as well, very carefully. Right, before we carry on with that, I'm just gonna slice into these bits and try and get them off. So we can peel them back a bit. There we go. Right. Took them back a bit further because that then gives us space with the pliers, and any gaps we'll just weld them up. Right, back to bending. Oh, let's get these ends in then. As I get further round, as the roll gets further round, I'm sort of letting the pliers slip around the metal. I'll see if I can show you. So as you're dragging it, I'm letting them slip, and that helps roll it. I don't think we're far off with that now. Just pull that bit back out. There we go, that'll all weld up and dress in. What we'll do now is skim over this very lightly, because it will have little lumps and bumps in it. You probably can't see them, but you can feel them, and if you can feel them, the paint will show it up. So we'll just carefully dress that up. There's not many in there. It's not too bad at all. Yeah, I think that's all right. What it's going to do is... Okay, next we're going to do a bit of a skim round with the grinder. One pad in the grinder, because we don't want to be taking too much off. And we'll just get that smoothed out. We'll do a couple of skims, and that highlights got the little ripples in there. We'll slowly work that out. think we're sorted. So I've got it fairly neat on the inside as well. Not that you can see that bit, but this is the bit that we've took off. So I think it's a bit tidier. Anyway, with that being done, next is the holes. We've got little pilot holes in here. I've just got to find them M6 nuts with the flange on that you can knot round, measure them up. We'll pop a drill through these and we'll get them nuts on. Okay, here we go then. Next is these little M6s that we're going to put in. You see there, it's got that little shoulder on there. So what we've got to do is measure that, get a drill as close to that as possible, and basically this little flange here pops through the mud guard, and then we sort of pin the edges over. I'm sure there's a tool that does this, but obviously we haven't got it, and as usual in the shed everything gets done with hammers and pliers and things, so it's easy enough and it makes it nice and neat as well. So I'll find a drill, we'll pop the holes in, and then we'll get that sorted. Okay, so got the holes in here and the nuts. So as you can see that they just poke through the surface there. So what we've got in here is a brass bar, all basic stuff. I think you know by now this is how we roll in here. Use what we've got. So yeah, I'm resting the other side of that nut on there and using the old bally end of the hammer is basically start spreading that flange that comes through. So best as you can, I'm hitting this smack in the middle, and obviously the ball is spreading the nut out and basically riveting it on. It's nice soft material, so I'm not going mad. Making sure I'm staying on that brass bar. See that? It's a bit dark over here, isn't it? When we've actually got that lip going over, I'll change over then to the flat of the hammer. And that really locks it in. That'll do us. Nice and neat. There we go. Right, I'll get the others in and then we'll try it back on the bike. Obviously I'm not going to be able to bolt it up because I can't get in to open the holes in the bracket because the wheel's in the way. That's something I'll do when the bike comes apart. Right, that's all them in. Nice and strong. They ain't going to spin. So I'm just going to pop it all back on. Like I say, I can't fix these yet because obviously I've got to get in there to open them holes up in the bracket as well, which obviously we'll do when the bike comes apart, which is very soon. Okay, I'm not actually going to bolt it up right now. I think Gertrude's here, so I'm going to call it a video at that. It's looking loads better, much tidier now. I'm happy with that. And it's another bit done. So next is just sorting the rear brake out, which is a fairly quick job, and then we'll be pulling this apart, ready for finalising some of the welds and doing the dressing up, and then we will have a powder coating pile ready to go. Anyway, thanks again everybody for all the special stickers, really appreciated, and I'll see you all soon.